Okay, this is the 5-Minute Podcast Review for Wednesday, September 19, 2018. And I've got two podcasts to tell you about this episode. First up is Weird Work. And as the title suggests, it's a podcast where the host, Sam Balter, talks with people who make a living in weird ways. To give you a few examples, episodes include a professional bridesmaid, a Hollywood bug wrangler, a nude model, a professional wingman, and an LSD microdosing coach. That's just a few of the 37 episodes up at the moment, and to be honest, I think many of the jobs aren't so much weird, they're actually interesting, though I guess that depends on your perspective. For some people, anything that's not your standard 9-to-5 job is a bit weird. If you want an entry episode, go for the interview with Will Shortz, the New York Times Crossword puzzle editor. It's full of anecdotes and facts, which you'll find interesting and entertaining, whether you're into crosswords or not. Here's a little snippet where Will describes his all-time favourite crossword clue, and it's pretty clever.
I think my all-time favorite crossword, and I've said this before, it appeared on Election Day in 1996. I don't know if you know about this puzzle, but it appeared on Election Day, Tuesday, and it appeared to predict the results of that day's presidential election. The clue for the middle answer across the diagram was headline in tomorrow's newspaper. And this was the year, if you remember, Bill Clinton and Bob Dole running for president. And the answer could be Clinton elected, but it also could have been Bob Dole elected. Either one worked with the crossings. For example, the first down answer across that was black Halloween animal. And the answer could be cat, forming the C of Clinton, or bat, forming the first B of Bob Dole. And the next down was French 101 word. It could be Louis, L-U-I, meaning him, or it could be oui, O-U-I, meaning yes. And each of the succeeding answers, clues and answers, did double duty. And no matter what happened in that day's election, the puzzle was correct.
Okay, so there you go. That's Weird Work. I've put a link to it and a link to the specific New York Times Crossword Editor episode on your screen. Next up, let me tell you about Oh No, Ross and Carrie, a science and skeptical thinking podcast with a twist. The hosts, Ross and Carrie, don't just talk about fringe science or religion, the paranormal, and all the usual topics for skeptics. They actually take part in these activities undercover and then relive their experiences as podcast episodes. As they say, they do it so you don't have to. And they've been doing their podcast since early 2011 and have over 160 episodes where they've done things including going Mormon, being hypnotized, receiving acupuncture, having psychic readings, receiving an exorcism, joining an anti-vaccination group, receiving essential oils treatments, and hanging out with flat earthers. Ross and Carrie go in fairly deep on many of their projects, and this often results in multiple episodes to cover their journey. Probably the best example of this was their most asked-for project, Entering the World of Scientology. This was a 9-episode series, starting with walking into a Scientology center for the free personality test, which is the basic Scientology entry point and recruiting tool. And we hear about their journey across the 9 episodes right up to the point where they get caught out and kicked out, possibly on the orders of the head of Scientology, David Miscavige himself. So there you go, 2 more podcasts to check out, Weird Work and Oh No, Ross and Carrie. And remember, there's hundreds of other podcasts to check out in my back episodes. On most podcast players, you can easily flip through the back episode descriptions showing the titles of the podcasts I cover in each individual episode. Then you can just download the podcasts that pique your curiosity using the links I've put in each episode description. Okay, well that's this episode done. See you in the next one, and thanks for listening.